15,000 hertz and hit play. How many of you can hear that? Yeah, I got a couple nods from some people. Robert, can you hear it? Yeah. I can't hear it at all. The older you get, the more you start losing this frequency. So all you have to do is just, I can crank the volume up too, and I'm still not hearing it. It did prompt comments of, can you hear that? To other students. So anyway, if we had enough variety in age, I would then run the test to find out at what people, at the point at which people no longer hear the sound, the frequency, and it should be relatively by age. The youngest people will last the longest, the older people will drop out first. And I bring it in my ear so I lose it, and then it comes back a little bit, and then I lose it again. All right, so 2 free ends. Will the ends be nodes or antinodes?
Antinodes.
Yep. So I have 2 free ends. The simplest pattern. And how many waves is that? Not 1. Remember that a full wave, that's a full wave. Yeah, it's a half a wave. Basically, you're chopping off the end quarters. So L is equal to a half of a wave, or the wavelength is equal to 2L. Take it one step further to figure out the frequency that would be generated by that. So the frequency is the speed divided by the wavelength, which is 340 meters per second, divided by the frequency of 2L. Well, we need to figure out what L is. So what we have here is an object with 2 free ends. They are both open. If I swing it, you hear various frequencies. That turns out is the second harmonic, second harmonic, third, fourth, fifth, briefly. First harmonic, that's the first harmonic right there. I'm assuming you can all hear that. What's happening here is as the end is swinging around, the air up at this tip is moving faster than the air at this end. Because the air at this end is moving faster, there's less pressure, air pressure, and so air is getting sucked up through the tube. In order to get the first harmonic, I have to swing it slowly enough, but it's too slow to get enough air being sucked up through it. But we can still find a prediction there. We just need to figure out the length of this. And it is going to stretch as I spin it. And I have a length of 0.9 meters. Therefore, that would be 2 times 0.9, so 340 divided by 1.8. That's meters. And we get
188.89
hertz. All right, this is what that would sound like if we could actually produce it. 188.89. There we go. And that sounds exactly like what we were hearing before. There we go. We nailed that. And if you can't hear it on the camera, it's the camera's fault. All right, so let's go to the next harmonic. How many wavelengths will the next harmonic be?
3 halves.
No.
1.
What'd you say?
1.
Yeah, you add a half wave every time. So it was a half wave, and you add a half wave. I now have 2 halves, or 1. So, and the pattern looks like that. And so L is equal to the wavelength, or the wavelength is equal to 0.9 meters. And so my frequency should be 340 divided by 0.9. Not 377.7 repeating. Okay. All right. Since we actually can hear that one, 377.7. All right. So with that sort of in memory. Sort of sounds like that. Now we can actually test it a little bit by playing them at the same time to see if we hear beats. I am going to drop the volume a little bit here. It's hard to tell. It sounds like a single sound. Maybe the next one will sound a little bit better, or actually, let me drop this volume down a little bit. To me, there sounds like a little bit of an extra trill in there that wasn't there before. But let's do the next harmonic. How many wavelengths is the next one going to be?
1/2.
Yep. You were just ahead of your time, Ryan. So L is equal to 3/2 of a wavelength, or the wavelength is going to be 2/3 L, which is 0.6. So my frequency should be 340 divided by 0.6, which is 550. Someone's going to get there before I will.
566.
I assume 555.5 repeating? If, or not.
566.6 would be.
Oh, okay, 0.6 repeating. Oh, you said 555.6 repeating or 556.6 repeating?
566.
566. Sounds similar. All right, and then without this, it still sounds like it's about the same to me, but I'm hearing the trill there also. Sounds like a slightly different trill. All right. If not perfect, hopefully close enough to give some credence to the stuff that I was going over today. But I think on that note, ooh, 2 minutes fast. I actually have stuff to hand back.